Welcome to Numb Bills Fan. Season preview opener. You just woke up out of a coma preview with David Palermo. I'm really just going to complain. So, if you just woke up from a coma, here's what happened. You left the Bills with a fake punt to Damar Hamlin, 4th and 5 in the playoffs with I think some time left in the fourth quarter. Down a touchdown or a little bit to the Chiefs. And after that, it failed. And yes, we're talking about the guy that on other shows have maybe accused him of being a clone, Damar Hamlin. A lot of things around that. And yeah, the same guy. And then after that, Stephon Diggs was such a problem. And they decided, the Bills, to take a huge cap hit and trade him to the Texans in the same conference as an rising team in the Texans, which will be in the playoffs. And that means they decided not to cut Von Miller for beating women on his second charge or allegation, okay? Which would have been a big cap hit. And Von Miller does not equate points. And I'm sure that maybe this Diggs relationship was so bad that what they needed to do was run the press on Diggs, run the press on not Von Miller, draft a guy and somebody named Keon Coleman after the Bills traded with the Kansas City Chiefs, yes, their rival, for Xavier Worthy, who last night scored a touchdown. He had 2 receptions. He had a touchdown on a little pitch. And he's fast as fuck. The fastest wide receiver in the draft. The Bills traded down a little bit. And they got Keon Coleman. Now, what's awesome about Keon Coleman is he has the fastest gauntlet drill at the combine. And here at Numb Bills Fan, David Palermo, me, I was a season ticket holder for 9 years. And when I see a drill that I don't really ever fucking hear about because I don't care about the combine too much, or I hear about combine stars, which is why I stopped caring about the fucking combine so much. I don't care about some gauntlet drill. I care about separation and space. Well, you know, that's what it does. Jerry Rice ran the same 40 as Keon Coleman. Cool. So what do the Bills brass do? They bring him in after the draft and they talk about his yellow jacket to a point where Ross Tucker, the former offensive lineman for the Bills, who has his own radio show, goes on Show Up and Bulldog and talks about how his wife doesn't know the draft much or whatever, or follow the Bills, and knows that Keon Coleman has a yellow jacket. So now, our headlines, since you've been in a coma, have been filled with, oh, you know what we're doing here? What? Stephon Diggs is a problem. Gabe Davis, you know, we're not going to re-sign him. He sucks. That's what all the fans said. He sucks. He's slow. You know, he's not really great at catching the ball. And okay. So you get rid of that. You don't re-sign Davis. You trade Diggs away. And you draft a receiver that does what Diggs does. Clogs headlines. Does what Gabe Davis does. Slow. And we're all the Bills fans that were shitting on Gabe Davis. A lot of them are all about Keon Coleman now. The ones that used to love Stephon Diggs allow the team to go, hey, he's a pile of shit. Stephon Diggs finally replies in GQ after a waterfall of media of the Bills phasing him out mid-season. He was on my fantasy team, first round pick last year, big league. I followed him very closely. Okay, once Dorsey was out, so was Diggs. That's how it went. And if you want a coaching job in Brady, you better play ball with McDermott if you want an opportunity. There's only 32 of them here. Am I looking forward to Joe Brady? I don't know. Yeah, sure. LSU, after that year, you're like, yeah, we got to sign this guy. He's head coach material. Breaking records. He had Curtis Samuel with him. Cool. Looking forward to it. But this all seems like drought programming. When I'm hearing everybody's going to eat, it sounds like you have nobody. When you hear that you got 3 starting caliber quarterbacks back in the day during drought programming, that means you have nobody. The Bills are brazen. I've had to hear trust the process. Just trust it. Just trust it. I love Josh Allen. I was against the Josh Allen draft. I did not want him. I listened to Mike Smith, our fellow correspondent, Mike Smith. Okay, he said don't draft Josh Allen. And I agreed because the Bills need to support somebody who's low on accuracy and build around him. Josh Allen came out during training camp, and I said that kid needs to start. Why? Because you have A.J. McCarron behind him, or in front of him, with 800 career yards, and A.J. Peterman, or Nathan Peterman, the worst quarterback we see in the NFL. And what's he do? He gets the starting job. Well, you know, if you watch the preseason, yeah, he had better field position than Allen. I remember 8 years specifically. My team in Mike Smith's Dynasty League is called Josh Allen Truther. Trust me, I got my face of saying don't get Josh Allen. I'm there. You got him. I'm all in. All in. My dumbass even got a Josh Allen tattoo to make up for how much I shit on him for drafting him. Just kidding. I wanted to start wearing Bills merch. Because, you know, you can only wear one at a time. All sold material from Show Up and Bulldog, where they raise awareness that if you're wearing more than one piece of Bills merch, something's wrong with you. Or you got to grow up. And I grew up. And frankly, Josh Allen is great. It's year 7. Defenses are catching up. So you know what the Bills should do? They should trade out of getting the fastest receiver in the draft who could blow the lid off of defenses and trade him to the Chiefs. Because that's not what you need. And then take Keon Coleman, who can, again, clog headlines. Okay? Where's all of our Tremaine Edmonds jerseys? I really want to ask that. Where's everybody's Tremaine Edmonds as a man, this and that? We got Bernard at a 3rd round pick, making my point for me that a 3rd round pick can start in the league. And you could have surrounded Josh Allen with those Tremaine Edmonds pieces, but you didn't. We had to hear, well, you know he's young. They signed his 5th-year option to Bills so they don't have egg on his face. And then what do you hear about Tremaine Edmonds in Chicago? Oh, he's not really doing much. Oh, he doesn't make big splash plays. But when you listen to the Homer reporters of the team, they just glow about him. Oh, nothing's wrong. Nothing's ever wrong at One Bills Drive to some reporters. You know, and radio guys, they have a job every day. They can't just throw their honest opinion out all the time because then they're going to get shit on. They're going to be called negative. People are going to, and Twitter, the stupidest fucking place on earth is Twitter, is going to call you stupid or do whatever. At the end of the day, we've been fed drought programming. The Bills are facing a defensive line that's ranked 32nd in the NFL. I'm kind of stoked on that for the Bills to get a moral victory here against, not a moral victory, a real victory, sorry, against the Cardinals. Shouldn't be so negative. But last year we saw the team ran through Josh Allen. And what did the Bills do? They grabbed another slow receiver. They brought in Chase Claypool, who was called out by Mike Tomlin. He don't call out anybody. You got to be a real special fucking idiot to get called out by Mike Tomlin. Next. Okay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Mr. I dropped the ball a lot. And so I'm watching Xavier Worthy score a touchdown last night. Somebody who could blow the lid off a defense. Damar Hamlin starting. He went from allegedly being a clone 3 years ago to now, hey, this isn't my information. Don't even judge me. Just throwing what's out there, what I see. And I thought he was promising before he got injured against Cincinnati. Like, really, me and fellow correspondent Ben Gramato, who would rip on Jordan Poyer and his DMs on Twitter for years since he was like 20 years old, would message Poyer. Poyer would reply, and we were looking at Damar Hamlin. I remember specifically the Titans game. I'm looking forward to it. You know, he was a big reason that Derrick Henry didn't break out. I remember specifically a shoestring tackle from Hamlin. You know, just, I don't think he's done. I think he's can be a good player. You got Cole Bishop, a rookie, 2nd round pick. I thought, oh yeah, cool, yeah, get him on the field. I actually like this draft. I'm bitching about Coleman, but overall I like the draft. The point with Coleman is, say, hey, Bills media, we're in a spot. We are in transition, okay? we're still in a Super Bowl window, and we want to save $10 million and get Keon Coleman. So that's what we did. That to me is way more honest and better. Because of course they're not going to go, we signed a wife beater, Von Miller, for way too much money. We don't know what to do with him. But if we cut Diggs or trade him, we get to clog all the media with it and save egg on our face, which is really cool. So I'm glad that the Bills can do that. That's really smart. Is it the reason they did it? I don't know. But this team does not fall shy of doing things to save face for themselves. Frankly, I remember when they drafted Josh Allen, and people were talking about his accuracy. The Bills' Twitter, his rookie year, second year in, was throwing up numbers about his accuracy when they were dump-off passes. Graham was making those throws. The Bills are a little brazen. Their media makes it feel stupid. And it's hard to follow the team year-round and then be told if Josh Allen goes down, well, what are we going to do? Season's over, Josh Allen goes down. No, that's fucking called hopeless. I'm here for championships. I don't give a fuck what quarterback is there, frankly. You pass on Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP. You trade out a Pat Mahomes, 2-time MVP plus. Right? 3. So, what are we doing here? Well, Brandon Beane sits on his hands in a Super Bowl window. You draft Kyler Elam. He can't make the field because the position coach doesn't like that he has friends around, that he has a crew of people. He doesn't like his technique. But he can't make the field. And you have Josh Allen in the Super Bowl window. When I hear the Bills are built like the Chiefs, I just want to puke in my mouth. Let's start off. Did we know Pat Mahomes is going to be the shit? No. But as a Drought Bills fans, we are desperate for quarterbacks. So what do the Bills do? They trade out. They trade out for Trey White. They gave up a left tackle the next year to move up in the draft to get Josh Allen, pick 15. Okay? They move up and give up another 2 second-round picks, one with Sammy Watkins, to move up even more, and take Josh Allen the next year. Lamar Jackson whizzed right by him. Am I happy with Josh Allen? Yeah. Is this revisionist history? No, it's not. Because it takes, what we talk about drafts, 3 years. Okay. So year one, McDermott cuts a whole bunch of people. They maintain Peterman. Okay. You keep Peterman. Put Josh Allen behind the worst statistical quarterback the NFL's ever seen in Peterman, and A.J. McCarron, who threw 800 whopping yards in his career. Meanwhile, Alex Smith got the mentor Pat Mahomes with Andy Reid. The Bills are nothing like the Chiefs. The Chiefs invest in their offense. The Bills are defense first. The first big signing of the Bills was Star Lotulelei. People were bitching about Marcel Darius. You signed Star Lotulelei to a huge contract. Again, is this revisionist history? Yes, because it's the same shit. I see the same dumb things. But then I look across the league, and it makes the Bills look good. It makes me go, wow, Brandon Beane ain't that bad, because some of the draft picks I like. Yes, he nailed late round picks. Cool. Well, why aren't your early impact starters round 1 through 3 making the field? What's going on here? So you get Kincaid last year. Great. You read reports. He's tearing up camp. I go to camp. I went to Kincaid's first training camp practice, okay? When you're throwing a ball on air like you're at the fucking clam bake, I don't want to hear you're tearing it up at camp. We're going to see what's up with Coleman. We're going to see what's up this year. I just don't want to be lied to that bad from the Bills brass. Can we at least be a little honest? Hey, we fucked up. We can't cut Von Miller. We're in a pickle. Or deal with Diggs and cut Von Miller. I want points. I want to be in the Super Bowl. I got to take up my Sundays where Josh Allen gets hurt. And what? Oh, well, Josh Allen gets hurt. Season's over. I don't believe in that. I don't. Mitch Trubisky's fucking horrible. Just horrible. Kyle Allen, dumb. Horrible. What's going on here? Well, what other backups are you going to get? Open up your checkbook. I get it. Jacoby Brissett wants a starting job. I totally understand. Same with Winston. Okay? But Super Bowl window or not, are you trying to make the team great or not? I don't understand. Are we playing chess? I'm looking at a slow Bills team built more for Trent Dilfer and running the ball than I do actually. We have Josh Allen as the Bills quarterback, which would be what's called the meta, which in nerd terms means like the ultimate. If you max him out, he can run over people, he can throw the ball out of the fucking stadium and run over people and throw the ball out of the stadium. So what the Bills should do is get slow people to throw to. But we're going to beat them schematically. Okay, sure. Last year we saw what happened. The Bills ran through Allen. Everything broke down. They didn't want him running. And then later in the season, they had to have him run because the Bills were going to lose games. They were 500. Now, I don't mean to be a little negative. It's just been a while, and I want to update you all who are in a coma. That's it. Stephon Diggs gone. Von Miller, the wife beater, retained. Keon Coleman, who clogs headlines and has the same attributes as Gabe Davis. A little bit better gauntlet drill, I guess. Who fucking knows? And here we are. Welcome to 2024. The Bills play the Cardinals opening game. I'm pretty excited. I think Kyler Murray's a pretty good quarterback. A lot of people shit on him. No, I think he's pretty accurate. I don't sleep on any team the Bills play. Why? Because I don't know. I drove down to the Jets last year. Couldn't get in thanks to StubHub. Overselling it. And as I'm driving away, I'm hearing the crowd roar for Aaron Rodgers in the stadium. And then I turned on the Manning cast. Couldn't stream it for 10 minutes. A little delay. And Aaron Rodgers was hurt. And then the Bills still lost the game. Now, don't forget what we started with. This is the same coach who called a fake punt to Damar Hamlin that decided to trade out from getting a receiver for their quarterback that can take the lid off of defense. At least if we're playing chess. If you want to doubt me, open up your Madden and look at the speed of receivers on the Bills. Straight up. Drought programming Bills right now. Everybody eats is bullshit. Welcome to Numb Bills Fan 2024. I'm your host, David Palermo. Hit the website. Our boy Tim Avery has articles. I am done talking here. I feel like I've been a negative Nancy the whole time. Not trying to be. Calling it real. I tried shooting this earlier. Going back to work. Stopped home for something. And I'm always going to talk on my hands. And don't you ever forget one thing. If you want to see Keon Coleman in his jacket, you know, there it is, boys. Right there. Look at this kid. Looks good, man. I want a yellow jacket. There you go. Keon Coleman's jacket. Worth it. Right here. Love it. Just beautiful. Right here. Give me one of these jackets. Thanks, guys. Have a great one. And gals, and whatever in between you want to be. You could be anything you want. And I hope whatever you want to be, you are. Toodles.